Matt Madden. And he's going to talk to us about delivering analytics insights where you work with embedded analytics. Matt Madden is the Senior Director of Go-to-Market at Sisense. He has over 20 years of experience in the data and analytics space at companies like SPSS, IBM, and Alteryx, where he has held roles in sales and marketing, all with the same goal of helping organizations make better decisions with their data. I'm going to go ahead and bring Matt up on our stage here and make sure you get all your questions ready for Matt. He loves questions. So hi, Matt. Welcome to the DATAcated Expo.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get out of your way. I'll share your screen and let you take it away.
Sure. Perfect. Yeah. So, what I'm here to talk about is really about delivering insights where you work. Embedded analytics is a portion of that, but it's really about changing the way and approach that organizations are utilizing data, information, and analytics altogether, along with the applications that they're using on a day-to-day basis. So we look back in history, over the last, let's say, 30 years, there's really been a big shift or actually an evolution of data, information, and applications in general. So the shift is really starting to lead the way that organizations start to think about analytics and how it's being delivered. Looking back, throughout my career, you can start to think about what could be considered that generation one of analytics or information delivery. So as many of you know that have been in any sort of organization, there's that IT-led approach where you may have to put your name in a queue, a request in a queue, put the data request, hope that IT can put together the right information, deliver the right report, potentially the right dashboard, and you're happy. You get your answers when you need them, how you need them, etc. This isn't always the case, right? A lot of times it's a multi-touch approach. It's a multi-tool approach, so you're not always getting the right information and the right structure you need. And in a lot of cases, it may cost you as part of the business to get that information from your IT department. And then over the last probably, let's say, 10 years, this self-service movement has taken place. And what this has done is allowed people within the line of business, whether it's marketing, sales, operation, or virtually anyone in the organization, the ability to take advantage or take the opportunity to get the answers that they need on their own. So this could mean getting the data they want, building out the reports or the dashboards or the visualizations they want to get the answers they need. The problem here is not everybody's a data analyst or a data scientist or even understands the proper structure that data needs to be in to get the analysis they need. Other aspects could be that, the self-service movement really started as a desktop application. So implementing on the desktop typically doesn't scale across a larger organization. So there was a lower adoption of analytics from that perspective. And what we're starting to see now is really this growth or this shift to cloud applications, not just in our data and analytics consumption model, but really our day-to-day business model. It's a way organizations and users in particular are using these applications to not only find and analyze data, but utilize information in general. So I think one of the things that I've noticed over my years in the business and the research that's been taking place is this growth of applications has really become exponential over the last, let's say, 5 to 6 years. Okta did a survey of their customers, and they saw that over the last 4 years, there's been a 22% increase in the deployment of applications in their businesses. And what this meant is, on average, an organization has over 88 applications deployed in their organization. And I can tell you, Sisense has a lot of applications, so I can confirm whether or not it's 88. I can tell you that we do have a lot of applications. The point here is that organizations have a lot of applications, but the users are the ones that are really being harmed from this. There was more research by Language.work, which was in conjunction with Cornell University, that said that of the time that people are spending in applications, they're wasting about 5 hours jumping from application to application trying to find information. And I can tell you from experience, we have Google Suite here, and anyone that has Google Suite knows that you're probably going to have at least 50 windows open at any point during the day. 50 might even be being generous in that aspect. So these are applications like Microsoft 365, SAP, Slack, Concur, Salesforce, and more. So thinking about how much time you spend jumping from application to application, there really has to be a better way for organizations to support this shift in data and information consumption. Now, if we start to think about how us as humans start to consume information and analytics on a day-to-day basis, it's a bit different, okay, than how analytics is actually being delivered today. So the reality is analytics in most organizations is still delivered the same way it was 10, 15 years ago. It could be in a static report, PDF, could be in a standalone dashboard that you have to go find and search for information. The other aspect could be, hey, I'm simply just going to copy and paste a chart or a graph or data in an Excel sheet and email it to a colleague of mine. But that's not how we as humans are starting to consume information and analytics today. So back to the G Suite comment, one aspect of analytics that we look for today is everything's in context. It's in what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So as a Gmail user, I can send an email out to a colleague or a customer or a prospect, and I send that out one day and nobody responds. Within 3 days, Gmail is going to pop up a reminder that, hey, you sent out an email to somebody, you haven't heard any response. Do you want to follow up with them? So this has given me an action item. This is analytics being utilized within my email experience. It's telling me something I need to do next. So that's one example of how analytics is being used today in our day-to-day environment. Another is probably something you're all familiar with, which is Netflix. Anytime you log into Netflix, you get your own personalized, customized experience. Netflix knows who you are. They know your habits. They know what you like. They could even match your profile with, like profiles of similar attributes. I don't have to go anywhere to look. The movies or shows that I might like are going to be right there for me. And this is really analytics running in the background, powered by an analytics engine. The third example is Fitbit or an Apple Watch. Right? Most of you might have one or the other. And each day you're trying to get to a goal of 5 or 10,000 steps. And if you're short, there's going to be a reminder that pops up that says, hey, you're short, get up and walk around, or you've been sitting for too long, you need to do some exercise. I don't have to go anywhere to get this information. It's all right there in context, right where I spend my time. And one of the things I think we've all learned over the past year and a half during the pandemic is how much we as humans crave information, crave data, and want to get the analytics behind everything. And this is really why organizations have a lack of adoption when it comes to analytics. It's not being brought to where users are spending most of their time. And this is really where, infusing analytics or embedding analytics can help solve these issues and these challenges. The reason it can is because it provides organizations the ability to automate intelligence in context, right where people are doing stuff. It's deeply based on what people are doing inside their application. The second aspect is it can deliver a highly personalized experience, something that you're looking for, something that you need. These data stories within business applications or workflows that people are using on that day-to-day basis that I mentioned. And then finally, it's about making analytics seamless, making people not realize that there's analytics running in the background. There's not a dashboard crammed into an application and you're trying to play around with it there. It's about reducing the time people are spending, wasting time jumping from application to application or searching for data or searching for a dashboard to get to the answers that they need. So what I want to do now is just kind of show you a couple examples of how this might look from infusing analytics into where it is that you work. So I'm going to give you a brief demo here. So the first demo I'm going to talk about is a marketing analytics campaign that's running directly in Sisense. Okay, so if you want to blow up that screen a little bit. So as a marketing lead, I can act on a campaign ad. I can access that campaign, pause that campaign, or make changes to it. Give me 1 second here. Shoot. All right, sorry, 1 second, it's not running.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Good.
Are we trying to prove to people that we are in fact live and this is not a pre-recorded
Yes,
session?
exactly.
I love when that happens. We do have questions when you're ready for them, but I was looking forward to seeing some of these examples.
Yes, so was I. So give me 1 second here.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
All right, let's just dive right into this second one here real quick. Okay, let me share my screen.
Yep, let's do it. In the meantime, guys, let us know what questions you have for Matt.
Okay, right. Whenever you're ready.
Your screen didn't come up on my side yet. Guys, in the meantime, let us know if you are DATAcated. And I got you.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
I'll jump back up.
So the second one I'll dive into here real quick is really about a personalized approach to experiencing analytics within your application. So we recently released what we're calling these Infusion Apps. And what these are is they allow users to have a personalized Sisense experience directly in applications like Salesforce, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and even Slack. And so what this does is it's personalized for the needs of each user. It's not just a pre-canned dashboard. It's similar. As a sales rep, I can look, for instance, I can get access to my customers, my opportunities, leads, and any other information I want. I can use natural language query to search for opportunities. I can add notes to this information and even add these to my bookmark in views of my Sisense instance. I can go further by summarizing the information I want into a chart or a graphic. And then once I've added this to my bookmarks or views, the great thing is this is all tied together. So if I want to go to Google Sheets and access my Sisense instance or Salesforce or Slides, it's all there. All that information that I did previously is all saved and available for me. So it's really, these types of infusions of analytics and making it accessible where users spend the majority of their time is what we believe will help not only drive more adoption of analytics, but improve employee productivity. And this is really part of that aspect of delivering insights where you work with embedded analytics. And I think that's it, Kate. I apologize. My other demo was probably going to take a little bit longer to get up.
Oh, no worries. I'm glad we were able to see some parts of it. So thank you so much for that, Matt. We do have questions from the audience, but first I have a question around the user adoption. You mentioned that, user adoption could be pretty low. So I was going to ask you for maybe 2 quick tips that the audience can walk away with today. And how do we actually increase user adoption?
Well, I think a lot of it starts with buy-in internally, right? You have to have the dedication from your executives that you want to make analytics a priority in your organization. Mm-hmm. So that's first and foremost. The second aspect would be making sure that there is a program in place to enable your users to adopt that. I've seen a lot of organizations that have dedicated training programs in their organizations to help with the adoption of certain software products. So two key points: executive buy-in and then internal enablement.
Awesome. Thank you. A question here from George. He's asking, should a customer have an input on how the analytics algorithm is providing its end result to that said customer?
Should a customer have input on how the analytics algorithm is providing its end result to said customer? Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like if you're embedding analytics in your application that goes to your customers, one of the beauties of a platform like Sisense is it is customizable.
Mm-hmm.
So you can restrict what's available to the customer, but you can also customize it enough to deliver the right experience that that customer wants to give to their customer. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Last question here from Shreya, and she's just wondering if you have any insights on how analytics intersects with ethics. We did have a talk on data ethics previously, so I think this is maybe where it's coming from.
So analytics intersects with ethics.
Yep.
I mean, I think, you know, for somebody that's been in the analytics space for a long time, I follow the data. If the data tells one story, that's the story I'm going to go with. So
yeah,
I don't have a great answer to that one.
I think that is a great answer. Just listen to what the data is telling you and don't try to twist it in a way that you wanted to twist it. I think this was really, really insightful. So Matt, thank you so much. I think I'll end the conversation with, you know, letting people know that they can go to Sisense, and I believe there's a free trial available that they can check out.
Definitely. And there are more in-depth demos similar to the ones I showed as well. So if you have any questions, just reach out.
All right. Reach out to Matt or go to sisense.com, get that free trial, check it out. Thank you so much, Matt, for your presentation.